Hey guys, you can't avoid toxic people. They exist in your family, your workplace, your friend circle. Sometimes, even in your own thoughts. They drain you, provoke you, manipulate you, and worst of all, they make you doubt yourself. But here's the truth: they don't destroy you. Your reaction does. That's where Stoicism steps in. Marcus Aurelius faced betrayal from friends. Seneca was surrounded by envy and politics. Epictetus was born a slave and dealt with cruelty most of us can't imagine. Yet every one of them stayed calm, composed, unbroken. How? Because they discovered something powerful. You can't control other people, only yourself. In this video, you'll learn 17 Stoic ways to deal with toxic people, ancient methods to help you stay peaceful in the middle of chaos. You'll discover how to respond without reacting, forgive without weakness, and walk away without guilt. You'll learn how to protect your energy, build emotional armor, and master your mind when others try to pull you into their storm. This isn't about pretending to be unbothered. It's about becoming unbotherable. It's about reclaiming your inner peace in a world that profits from your outrage. Because true strength isn't loud or angry. It's silent, calm, and immovable. So before we begin, take a deep breath. Let go of the last person who disturbed your peace. And prepare to learn what Marcus, Seneca, and Epictetus already knew: that no one can poison your mind unless you hand them the cup. This series consists of 3 parts, 21 practices that make you ready to face all of life's challenges. 17 practices for how to deal with yourself when life gets tough. 17 practices for how to handle yourself when others challenge you. This video will talk about the final part. 17 practices for how to handle yourself when others challenge you. Now, let's get started together. Practice 1. We're all part of one body. We were born to work together like hands, like feet, like eyelids, like the rows of upper and lower teeth. To act against one another is contrary to nature. Marcus Aurelius. Imagine this: you're driving home after a long day. You're tired, your patience is thin, and someone cuts you off, honks, then yells at you like it's your fault. Your blood starts to boil. You want to shout back, prove your innocence, defend your pride. But then you remember Marcus. He saw the same thing 2,000 years ago, not in traffic, but in the streets of Rome. People pushing, shouting, lying, stealing. And yet, he refused to see them as enemies. He saw them as limbs of the same body. Just as your left hand doesn't hate your right hand when it makes a mistake. He believed we shouldn't hate our fellow humans when they fail either. You and I, we are relatives. I am your brother. You are my brother or sister. We are all connected. Marcus said, think of the whole universe as a living thing. We must recognize each person as a part of this huge body and work together. Since you yourself are one of the elements serving to complete the social system, let all your actions contribute to the creation of perfect social life. Let your actions contribute to the happiness of humanity. You are part of the whole. We must cooperate. Seneca agreed that Mother Nature has created us as kin, and she has instilled in us the love of our fellow men. We have a common origin. Our friendship is like a stone arch, which will collapse if it is no longer supported by each other. We must support each other, or else everything will collapse. We are all interconnected and dependent on each other. Supporting each other is essential if we want to live the best life possible. Just like you are part of a giant body, help others. Direct your actions towards the common good. You see, modern psychology calls this cognitive reframing. It's the ability to step back and reinterpret the situation from a higher perspective. Instead of seeing an enemy, you see another human being struggling with their own limitations, fears, and ignorance. They're not attacking you. They're simply acting out the confusion within themselves. Marcus wrote, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee," meaning if society suffers, so do we. If we tear each other apart, we tear down the very thing that sustains us, the human connection. We forget that. We think we're individuals trapped in separate stories, but we're all threads in one fabric. You don't win by tearing another thread. You win by strengthening the weave. So the next time someone disrespects you, try this small experiment before reacting. Picture them as part of your body, like a clumsy arm bumping into itself. Instead of anger, feel understanding. Instead of hate, practice patience. You don't have to approve of their behavior. You just choose not to poison your own soul because of it. That's what Stoic maturity looks like. Emotional immunity through unity. You become unshakable not by isolating yourself, but by remembering you are part of something larger, humanity itself. And when you live that way, you walk through the world lighter. You don't carry grudges. You don't waste energy fighting every fool you meet. You contribute to harmony, and harmony, in the Stoic sense, is the highest form of strength. If it's not good for the hive, it can't be good for the bee. Remember that, and you'll never lose your calm again, and that is the only way to have a good life. Practice 2. No one does wrong willingly. When someone does wrong, remember, he does not know better. No soul desires to be deprived of truth. Epictetus. You've probably met someone who lies to your face, cheats you, or twists your words to make you look bad. It feels unfair. You want justice or revenge. But before you react, pause and remember this: they're not evil, they're unaware. That's what Epictetus meant. He said people don't choose to be bad, they just act from ignorance, from distorted judgment. They think they're doing what's right. Socrates said it long before no one errs willingly. Even Jesus, while being crucified, whispered, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." Here's the Stoic insight. Wrongdoing is a symptom, not a decision. Just like sickness, it comes from confusion. People act cruelly because they think cruelty will protect them. They lie because they think truth will expose them. They insult you because they think domination earns respect. If you see this clearly, you stop taking it personally. Their behavior says more about their blindness than about your worth. Modern psychology calls this cognitive empathy, understanding that people act according to their perception of reality. And most people's perception is deeply flawed, clouded by fear, ego, and pain. You can't expect someone who's never seen the light to understand color. Musonius Rufus, one of Rome's great teachers, said it perfectly. Some are raised well, others are not. The ones raised poorly need more guidance, just as a weak body needs more care than a healthy one. We must be patient with these people. There are those who are quick-witted and those who are slow-witted. Musonius continues to remind us some are brought up in a better environment. Others are brought up in a worse environment, with inferior habits and education, requiring more labor and careful instruction to teach and help them to learn their lessons, just as a sick body requires more care than a healthy one. Let's not forget that we are privileged. Not everyone has been raised as we have. Each person has a different set of genes, education, and childhood. These things greatly influence an individual and are not something we can control. It's absurd, then, to get angry at them. You wouldn't scream at a sick person for coughing. You'd show compassion, or at least restraint. The same principle applies to those spiritually sick people who lash out or deceive. Their sickness is ignorance. Their medicine is example. So, when someone wrongs you, turn it into training. This is your moment to practice the virtues of patience, forgiveness, and control. Instead of exploding, be still. Instead of cursing them, pity them. They don't even realize they're poisoning themselves. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, no soul desires to be deprived of truth. Even those who hurt you are seeking the good. They're just lost in the dark. That doesn't mean you allow abuse. Stoicism isn't submission. It's strength without hatred. You can set boundaries calmly, protect yourself wisely, but never lose your composure. Because when you stay calm, you've already won. The next time someone betrays you, remember they're not evil. They're asleep. And you, by staying aware, prove that wisdom is stronger than ignorance. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Practice. 3. Review your own mistakes. When you're tempted to blame someone, remember your own failings. Reflect that you, too, have considered wealth good, pleasure desirable, reputation important. Thinking this way, your anger will fade. Marcus Aurelius. It's easy to see the flaws in others. The coworker who gossips, the friend who breaks a promise, the stranger who cuts in line. But when it comes to our own lapses, the lie we told, the moment we lost patience, the time we disappointed someone, we quietly look the other way. That's why Marcus urges before condemning, remember your own humanity. You've been impatient, jealous, careless. You've hurt people, sometimes without even realizing it. So when someone else slips, the Stoic doesn't rush to judgment. He pauses, looks inward, and says, I've been there too. Modern psychology calls this projection bias, the tendency to exaggerate others' faults while minimizing our own. The ego wants to feel superior, so it builds stories where we're the victim and others are the villains. But Stoicism dismantles that illusion. It teaches humility. It reminds us that self-righteous anger is just disguised pride. Epictetus tells us when you are offended by the faults of others, look at yourself and consider your own faults. Then you will forget your anger. We are not any better than anyone else when we judge others for their wrongdoings. We think we are better than others. Consider your faults. There are many of them. We are only generous with our own faults and let them pass, because we think we really didn't mean to do it. We meant well. If we knew it was wrong, we wouldn't have done it. This is just an exception. We don't judge ourselves because we rationalize our own faults. But if others make mistakes, we react violently, point them in the face, and judge them harshly instead of being gentle. Marcus would write nightly in his journal, dissecting his day. Where did I act rashly? Where did I lose control? What can I improve tomorrow? This daily review wasn't self-punishment. It was self-mastery. He knew that every mistake could become a teacher if faced honestly. So, tonight, before you sleep, think of one person who upset you today. Then ask, have I ever done the same thing, even in a different form? Maybe you interrupted someone. Maybe you dismissed an idea. Maybe you hurt someone unintentionally. Suddenly, your resentment softens. Seneca captured it in a single sentence. To err is human. To forgive is divine. Forgiveness begins the moment you recognize your shared imperfection. The Stoic doesn't chase purity. He chases progress. He uses each irritation as a mirror, not a weapon. So, the next time anger rises, take a breath and look inward. You'll realize that the person who wronged you isn't your enemy. They're your reflection, showing you something you still need to master within yourself. Remember your own faults, Marcus whispers, and your anger will fade. To err is normal. To forgive is extraordinary. Practice 4. Forgive and show mercy to those who fall. When someone offends you, ask yourself, what ideas about good and evil guide this person? Once you understand that, you'll see they act as they think best, and you'll stop being angry. Epictetus. Picture this: someone mocks you in front of others. Their words sting, sharp, unnecessary, designed to humiliate. Your natural instincts strike back. Prove you're not weak. But then, you stop. You remember Epictetus. He taught that every person acts according to what they believe is right. Even when they're cruel, even when they're selfish, they're following a distorted compass. In their mind, it makes sense. They believe that lashing out protects them, that control equals safety, that dominance earns respect. Marcus Aurelius took that realization even deeper. He reminded himself daily, love even those who err. He would list reasons to forgive. One might say, they are your brothers and sisters in humanity. 2. They don't truly know what they're doing. 3. Life is fleeting. Soon both of you will be gone. 4. No one can truly harm your soul unless you let them. Seneca added, be ready to forgive others, but do not expect forgiveness from them. Why? Because forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It's about choosing peace over poison. When you forgive, you release yourself from the emotional chains of the offense. Modern psychology supports this ancient wisdom. Studies show that forgiveness lowers stress, blood pressure, and anxiety. The brain literally calms itself when you choose compassion over revenge. You don't forgive to make others feel better. You forgive so your mind can breathe again. Again. The only appropriate response is love and forgiveness. Also, try to help rather than blame those who have made mistakes. Marcus makes an easy comparison. He says that expecting a normal person not to do wrong is like expecting a fig tree not to bear figs, a baby not to cry, a horse not to neigh. These are inevitable. Errors are natural to human beings. Don't expect others not to make mistakes, but instead expect yourself to be tolerant and forgiving. So the next time someone wrongs you, ask, what must this person believe to act this way? You'll start to see their confusion instead of their cruelty. You'll start to see pain behind their pride. And when you do, Forgiveness will come naturally, not as a sign of weakness, but as the highest form of control. The Stoics' goal isn't to win arguments, it's to win peace. And the fastest path to peace is mercy. To understand all is to forgive all. Marcus Aurelius, and every wise heart that ever walked this earth. Practice 5. Pity those who do wrong. Don't blame them. We should pity the blind and the crippled, and in the same way, pity those who are blind in judgment. The one who understands this will not grow angry, nor hate, nor insult, nor blame. Epictetus. Imagine someone insults you in public, maybe a coworker, maybe a stranger online. You feel the heat rise in your chest, that burning urge to defend yourself, to put them in their place. But pause for a second. What if you could see inside their mind? What if you could see the insecurity, the fear, the loneliness that fuels their cruelty? Would you still hate them? Or would you feel sorry for them? That's what Epictetus meant. He saw wrongdoers not as villains but as patients, people sick in spirit, their disease ignorance, their symptoms anger, arrogance, greed, and cruelty. Marcus Aurelius echoed this truth: the wrongdoer wrongs himself. The unjust man is unjust to himself. He makes himself worse. Think about that. Every person who lashes out, lies, or cheats has already harmed themselves. Their punishment is built into their action. You don't need to add to it with more hate. Their soul is already suffering, and they don't even know it. Modern psychology confirms this. People who project anger or cruelty outward are often fighting inner pain. What looks like aggression is usually a defense mechanism, a desperate attempt to protect a fragile ego. So when someone offends you, it's not strength you're seeing, it's weakness in disguise. A Stoic sees through that mask. Instead of reacting emotionally, he acts rationally. What Stoicism asks of us: be clear-headed even when slapped in the face. Understanding that people do wrong because they lack clear-headedness will help us a lot in this situation. You would not want to blame an injured teammate for not catching the ball. Likewise, an injured player should not blame the person who got angry with him. Because the person who blames is also suffering, not physically but mentally. And we cannot see that damage from the outside. Their lack of clear-headedness cost them. He doesn't waste energy hating the hateful. He pities them, as he would pity someone lost in darkness. It's not submission, it's superiority, not in ego, but in clarity. Because when you understand that every cruel act comes from confusion, you stop feeding the cycle of suffering. You remain the calm one in the storm. So next time someone attacks you, try this silently. Say to yourself, they're hurting, they just don't see. That tiny thought will protect your peace better than any sharp comeback ever could. Seneca said it simply: he who does wrong to himself. If you do right, you will live a happy life. And the same is true for those who do wrong. They will not have a happy life. You reap what you sow. You'll realize that people don't destroy your peace. Your reaction does. The Stoic doesn't waste his time punishing the blind. He lights a candle and walks on. Don't be angry at the darkness of others. Just be the one who sees. Practice 6. Kindness is strength. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. Seneca. You wake up late, spill your coffee, rush out the door, then someone cuts in front of you in traffic, honks, and flips you off. The instinct is automatic. What's wrong with this person? But that's the moment. The Stoic moment where your training is tested. Seneca believed kindness isn't weakness, it's discipline under fire. He said that cruelty, rudeness, and anger are the easy path, the path of the undisciplined. But to stay calm, patient, and kind when everything around you provokes rage, that's power. Marcus Aurelius echoed this same truth. Kindness is invincible, if it's sincere. For what can even the most hateful person do to you if you keep showing goodwill? Modern psychology agrees. It calls this emotional regulation, the ability to stay in control of your state when external chaos tries to pull you down. Kindness isn't just moral, it's neurological. When you choose kindness over anger, your body releases serotonin instead of cortisol. You literally calm your nervous system and regain control of your life. So, when someone snaps at you, roll your shoulders back, breathe, and think they're not testing me, they're training me. Every rude person, every unfair critic, every impatient driver is a live exercise in Stoic strength. You can't control what they do, but you can master your reaction. The modern Stoic doesn't let others dictate their inner climate. He smiles at the storm. He chooses to respond with grace, even when others choose aggression, because he knows that anger chains you to the person who offended you, but kindness sets you free. Imagine a world where everyone mirrors each other's hostility. It would be endless war in slow motion. Marcus knew this. That's why he said we were born to work together, not against each other. Your kindness isn't just self-control, it's a rebellion against chaos. Ryan Holiday puts it simply, rudeness and cruelty are often masks for weakness. Kindness takes strength. Every act of kindness, holding a door, offering patience, forgiving someone who doesn't deserve it, becomes a micro act of defiance. You refuse to be dragged into the mud. You remain clean, calm, unshakable. So the next time someone mistreats you, don't mirror them. Elevate them. Show them what real power looks like: composure. Because kindness isn't soft, it's steel covered in velvet. It doesn't mean letting people walk over you. It means standing tall while refusing to descend to their level. No one can harm you by being cruel if you remain kind. Marcus Aurelius. That's not weakness. That's control. That's freedom. Practice 7. How to handle insults. If you are struck by an insult, heal rather than strike back. Revenge wastes time and prolongs your own pain. Anger lasts longer than the injury itself. Better to do the opposite. Would anyone kick back at a mule or bite a dog? Seneca. You've been there? Someone says something cutting, maybe online, maybe at work, maybe in your own family. It stings. The ego flares up, whispering, "Don't let them get away with that." You imagine the perfect comeback, the line that would make them regret it. But then, something deeper speaks, the Stoic voice. You don't need to fight every fool that barks. Seneca's point is timeless: insults only hurt if you choose to believe them. They're just sounds in the air, vibrations filtered through someone else's bitterness. If you react, you give their words power. If you stay calm, their power dies on impact. William Irvine, a modern Stoic writer, compared insults to verbal noise. You can treat them like the barking of a dog or the honking of a car, mildly unpleasant, but not worth losing your peace over. A wise person doesn't take offense. He takes control. Marcus Aurelius put it beautifully. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, and he lived by it. When others mocked him, he didn't defend himself, he demonstrated himself. His calm was his answer, his restraint was his victory. So, don't react to the insult. Don't try to respond by attacking, defending, or retreating. Just let it happen. Pretend you're not invisible. Don't fight back. You won't get hurt. You can't be offended if you do this. The insult doesn't affect you. The other person has no control over your emotions. However, you can let the other person know that their behavior is unacceptable, if you want to. In certain situations, this may be necessary. We need to teach children how to behave properly. When a child or even a student disrupts a lesson by insulting the teacher or other students, the teacher needs to reprimand the child to restore order. Reprimand is not an emotional response to an insult, but a rational action chosen to help the offender change their behavior and stabilize the situation. You can also use humor. Seneca suggested responding to insults lightly, even with a joke, to show that your dignity can't be touched, because true dignity doesn't live in others' opinions. It lives in your self-command. So when you're mocked, don't fight back. Observe, smile, let their words fall flat. Remember Epictetus's advice. It's not the things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. You are the gatekeeper of your peace. No one enters without your permission. So guard your inner citadel. And when the world throws insults at your walls, let them echo and fade. Be so rooted in peace that offense finds no soil to grow. Practice 8. Every collision is training. When your sparring partner injures you by mistake, you don't accuse or hate him. You just watch him more carefully next time. Treat all of life the same way. We were made to cooperate, not to suspect or hate. Marcus Aurelius, think of life as a dojo. Every person you meet is a sparring partner, some gentle, some rough, all there to test your form. When one of them accidentally hits you with a rude comment, a broken promise, a careless mistake, what do? Do you storm out of the ring, shouting that it's unfair, or do you reset your stance and keep training? Marcus Aurelius reminds us we are all in constant practice. He compared the art of living to wrestling, not dancing, because it's unpredictable, physical, and often painful. A Stoic doesn't expect life to move gracefully with him. He expects it to push back. When someone offends you, it's not an ambush, it's a drill. Every irritation, delay, or insult is an opportunity to test your composure. Every collision reveals how much control you truly have over your mind. Modern psychology calls this exposure resilience. You become mentally tougher by facing discomfort repeatedly until it no longer shakes you. Just like a soldier runs drills under stress to build muscle memory, the Stoic trains under life's daily frictions to build emotional mastery. Epictetus said, "Remember, it is difficulties that show what men are. When you're hit, instead of taking it personally, see it as training feedback." Oh, that comment stung. I must still care too much about reputation. Oh, that interruption annoyed me. I still have work to do on patience. Life keeps revealing your weaknesses, not to shame you, but to help you strengthen them. Imagine if every challenge were simply a sparring session for your character. Someone criticizes you. That's a balance test. Someone lies about you. That's a focus test. Someone ignores your effort. That's a humility test. The world isn't attacking you, it's shaping you. Marcus taught that resentment and suspicion are just forms of self-harm. You injure yourself twice, once from the event, and again from your reaction to it. So instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "How can I use this to grow stronger?" So the next time you collide with someone, whether it's a toxic coworker, a reckless driver, or a friend who disappointed you, breathe deeply and think, another round of practice. Then smile, reset your posture, and carry on with calm precision. Every bruise is feedback. Every test is an invitation to mastery. And each time you stay centered in the middle of chaos, you're not just surviving, you're sparring your way toward wisdom. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Marcus Aurelius. Because the Stoic doesn't look for comfort, he looks for practice. Practice 9. Don't abandon yourself or others. When you walk the path of reason, others will obstruct you. Don't lose goodwill toward them. Be careful not only to act rightly, but to treat those who resist you with kindness. Anger and retreat are both weaknesses. Marcus Aurelius. When you start living differently, when you begin to eat healthier, speak calmer, think deeper, and live by principles, you'll notice something strange. People around you might resist it. They'll joke about your new habits. They'll question your choices. They'll call you too serious, too philosophical, or too distant. And suddenly, you'll be tested, not just to hold your values, but to hold your kindness toward those who don't understand them. Marcus warned us you'll face friction from those still asleep in the comfort of old habits. But the Stoic doesn't respond with arrogance or superiority. He stays patient because he remembers that he, too, was once asleep. Ryan Holiday compares this to a diet. When everyone in your group is eating unhealthy, everyone gets along just fine. But if, after reading a book, you start eating healthier, suddenly conflicts arise. It starts with where to eat. You can't abandon this new path just because other people find it problematic. And you can't abandon those people. Don't abandon them or ignore them. Don't get angry or confront them, because they're in the same place you were not long ago. Ryan says, you can't abandon all your friends who still eat gluten just because you read the Wheat Belly diet book and decided to go gluten-free, when you were the one who wanted to throw a pizza party just a few days ago. So, we shouldn't abandon others just because we decide to change, but we shouldn't abandon our new path either. It's a challenge we all face sooner or later, and it doesn't have to be about gluten, but it could be about different perspectives and values. It could be about eating less or no meat, spending less time playing video games, watching less news, spending more time outdoors, reading more, buying less material things, exercising more often, stopping drinking alcohol every weekend, or complaining less. It's a tough challenge to stay on your new path and not abandon others, because the differences between them and you can be huge. However, if you give it some time, I'm sure you'll find a way to work it out. You might choose to bring your own food to the pizza party, be willing to fast if necessary, explain your choices to others, and maybe allow yourself a binge once a month. You can't force people to evolve. You can only inspire them by your calm consistency. That's why Marcus said we must be careful not to abandon others, even when they slow us down. Anger pushes them away. Arrogance alienates them. but patience. Patience invites them to rise with you. So when someone mocks your new discipline, your morning routine, your meditation, your refusal to gossip, smile gently. They don't understand yet. You once didn't either. You can still attend the dinner, still share a laugh, still show love, just without betraying your values. Because walking the rational path doesn't mean isolation. It means illumination. Your calmness, not your criticism, will be what changes others. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who may make you better. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." So stay your course. Live your truth. Be kind to those still learning. Because wisdom without compassion becomes pride, and compassion without wisdom becomes weakness. The Stoic walks between both, firm in principle, gentle in heart. Don't retreat from people. Don't rage at them. Keep walking the path of reason, and bring them along when you can. Practice 10. Buy peace. Cheaply. When oil is spilled or wine is stolen, say to yourself, "This is the small price I pay for peace of mind." Epictetus. Imagine you walk into your kitchen. Someone's left a mess. Your favorite mug is broken. The sink's full. Your roommate's nowhere to be found. You can feel your pulse rise. Irritation bubbling up like steam. Pause. Right here. This is where the Stoic separates from the crowd. Epictetus called it one of life's most practical techniques. Treat every annoyance as a small payment for serenity. You didn't lose a mug, you bought peace. You didn't waste your time, you invested in calm. You're not being cheated. You're choosing tranquility over turmoil. Marcus Aurelius lived by this mindset daily. He ruled an empire, faced betrayal, plague, war, yet he wrote, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't be." It's not denial, it's discipline. The discipline to decide that your peace is worth more than your pride. Modern psychology calls this cognitive reframing, changing your interpretation of an event to protect your emotional balance. When someone scratches your car, spills your coffee, or wastes your time, you reframe it instantly. "I just bought calm with a minor inconvenience." Think of it like a mental currency exchange. A few drops of wine for serenity, a few seconds of delay for patience, a few dollars for self-mastery. That's a bargain. We often think peace of mind must be earned through meditation or silence. But the Stoics remind us peace is available right now, if we're willing to pay the tiny price of letting go. Seneca said, "He who is calm when wronged has conquered twice, once over his enemy, and once over himself." Your mug, your time, your convenience, these are nothing compared to the empire of inner peace you gain. You can replace the mug, you can clean the mess. But once you trade your peace for anger, you've lost something irreplaceable. So, next time something small goes wrong, the power goes out, the Wi-Fi drops, someone interrupts your sentence, whisper to yourself, "Cheap price for peace," and smile, because you've just made one of the wisest purchases a human being can make. It's not about ignoring problems. It's about refusing to be owned by them. Every irritation becomes an offer, every mishap a chance to buy calmness at a discount. The Stoic pays gladly and walks away rich. Today I bought peace for the price of spilled wine. A bargain. Inspired by Epictetus. Practice 11. Put yourself in others' shoes. When someone offends you, look into their soul. Try to understand what kind of person they are. what they value, and what drives them. Once you understand, you'll stop needing to impress or resent them. Marcus Aurelius. It's easy to judge what we don't understand. The parent shouting at their child in public, the coworker who's always defensive, the driver who cuts you off like you don't exist. Our first impulse is always the same. What's wrong with them? But Marcus Aurelius offers a higher question. What must this person be going through to act this way? That's the Stoics' empathy. Not sentimental or naive, but grounded in reason. It's the ability to pause judgment long enough to see, because when you see, you understand. And when you understand, anger loses its grip. Modern psychology calls this perspective taking. It's one of the most powerful tools for emotional regulation and conflict resolution. When you step into another's viewpoint, you shift from attack mode to analysis mode. The brain literally moves from its emotional center to its rational one, from reaction to reflection. Here's a story often used to illustrate this wisdom. A man sits on a subway, fuming as two children run wild while their father sits motionless. Finally, the man snaps, "Sir, can't you control your kids?" The father lifts his head slowly. "I'm sorry," he says quietly. "We just came from the hospital. Their mother died an hour ago." Suddenly, everything changes. The anger dissolves into compassion, not because the situation changed, but because the perspective did. We judge others without knowing their circumstances. We don't know what they're going through. We don't know why they do what they do. We don't know anything about them. Take this advice to heart and always take a moment to pause before judging. Put yourself in their shoes. Think about the reasons why they might have acted the way they did. Who knows? You might have acted the same way if you were in the same situation. No one knows what will happen. Right. You can't control what others do, but you can control how deeply you choose to understand them. When you step into their shoes, you stop being ruled by ego and start being guided by insight. Seneca once wrote, "No one becomes wicked in a single day. Habit, fear, and ignorance drive their actions." So when someone's rude, think maybe they're in pain. When someone's cold, think maybe they've been betrayed. When someone lashes out, think maybe this is all they know. Empathy doesn't mean you excuse wrong behavior. It means you see the full picture before deciding how to respond. That's real power, because understanding others gives you freedom from them. You stop taking everything personally and start responding like someone who's seen the truth. Everyone is fighting a battle you can't see. When you understand why people act as they do, their actions lose the power to disturb you. Practice 12. Choose your friends wisely. Associate with those who will make you better. Avoid those who corrupt your virtue. Even the strongest character is weakened by bad company. Epictetus. Not everyone around you deserves front-row access to your life. Epictetus warned that we inevitably absorb the energy, habits, and emotions of the people closest to us. Spend enough time with the angry, and you'll start to burn. Spend enough time with the disciplined, and you'll start to rise. Seneca wrote vices, like diseases, are contagious, but so is virtue. If you surround yourself with people who live with integrity, courage, and purpose, you begin to move in that direction naturally. They pull you higher simply by being who they are. That is why we should choose our friends carefully. They have the power to drag you down or lift you up. you become better because of these friends, or you become worse because of them. Seneca made a very reasonable point. Keep company with those who improve you. Avoid association with those who are inferior. Those who are intemperate when sober become bold and reckless when drunk. So either they are willing to change to improve themselves, or you spend less time with them. If your friends do not push you to be better, do not encourage you to move forward, do not even support you in pursuing moral values, then it is time to stop hanging out with them. You do not have to say goodbye and never see them again, but you can take the initiative to spend less time with them. Seneca also recommends spending less time with people who are always complaining, for he who is always fretting and complaining about everything is the enemy of peace. Marcus Aurelius practiced this deliberately. He sought friends who reminded him of the man he wanted to be, calm under pressure, loyal to reason, and devoted to service. When surrounded by flatterers and opportunists, he reminded himself, keep company with those who make you better. Withdraw from those who don't. Here's how a Stoic moves through friendships. Observe energy before attachment. Don't confuse entertainment with alignment. Seek those who challenge your comfort, not your character. Be what you wish to attract. The best way to find good company is to be good company. Remember Seneca's warning. He who spends time among the angry cannot avoid anger himself. And his advice, choose someone whose life you can admire, whose speech you can trust, whose presence makes you want to improve. The Stoic friend doesn't just stand beside you. They stand above you in spirit, pulling you upward by example. So choose wisely. Your circle is the soil where your soul grows or withers. Spend more time with those who make you better, less with those who make you bitter. Practice 13. Judge no one but yourself. When you are tempted to judge another, remember you don't know their struggles nor their reasons. Look within. Correct your own errors first. Marcus Aurelius. We live in a world addicted to judgment. Scroll through social media for 5 minutes and you'll see people condemning strangers they've never met. Their looks, their opinions, their choices. Everyone wants to play the role of judge, but few stop to look in the mirror. Marcus Aurelius refused to waste his life that way. He wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." That's the Stoic rule. It's not that we ignore wrongdoing, it's that we examine it rationally, without self-righteous anger. Because judgment without understanding is ignorance wearing a crown. Epictetus explained that our only true domain of control is our own mind and actions. Once we start judging others, we've already left that domain. We're meddling in what belongs to someone else. It's like trying to control the wind instead of adjusting your sail. Modern psychology supports this wisdom. It's called the fundamental attribution error, the bias that makes us excuse our own mistakes while exaggerating others. When we're late, it's because traffic was bad. When someone else is late, it's because they're careless. The mind always paints us as the hero, and others as the flawed supporting cast. But a Stoic knows better. He sees through this illusion and practices what Seneca called moral modesty. He inspects his own thoughts before dissecting others. He asks, "Am I guilty of this too?" Often, the answer humbles him. Marcus reminded himself, "Whenever you blame someone, stop and ask what fault of mine most resembles this one." Try this today when you feel that familiar urge to criticize someone, a coworker, a friend, a stranger. Pause. Before you speak, ask what in me feels the need to judge right now. You might discover that your irritation is just a reflection of your own insecurity or impatience. Stoicism teaches that the highest form of wisdom isn't in judging others. It's in mastering yourself. Every person you meet becomes a mirror showing you where you still need work. Someone's arrogance tests your humility. Someone's anger tests your patience. Someone's laziness tests your discipline. Each encounter reveals your progress more than theirs. Seneca said it is a great man who uses the faults of others as a mirror for his own correction. So judge less. Reflect more. The Stoic doesn't point fingers. He sharpens his soul. He knows that virtue isn't proven by condemning others, but by transforming himself quietly, steadily, relentlessly. Correct yourself, not the world. Because when you become better, the world does too. Practice 14. Do good, not just avoid evil. Don't just refrain from wrong actions, be eager to do right ones. Marcus Aurelius. Most people believe being good simply means not doing harm. They say, I don't lie, I don't steal, I don't hurt anyone, so I'm fine. But Marcus Aurelius saw morality differently. He believed that virtue isn't passive, it's active. It's not just about avoiding evil. It's about doing good. He wrote, a good man is not one who refrains from wrong, but one who does good for the sake of others. Seneca echoed this truth. He who merely does no harm does not do enough good. That's the heart of Stoic ethics. Virtue as action. Think of it this way. If you see someone drowning and you just stand on the shore, technically, you didn't harm them, but you didn't help them either. If your friend is spiraling into self-destruction and you stay silent because it's not your business, you've done no wrong, but you've done no right either. The Stoic doesn't aim to be harmless. He aims to be helpful. Marcus viewed the universe as one living organism, every person a cell in the same body. To act indifferently toward others' suffering, to stay silent when we could uplift, that, he said, is to act against nature itself. Modern psychology even supports this ancient view. Studies on meaning and happiness show that the deepest fulfillment comes not from pleasure, but from purposeful contribution. We are wired to serve, to create, to add value. The happiest lives aren't the most comfortable, they're the most useful. Doing good doesn't require grand gestures. It's not about saving the world in one dramatic act. It's about small, deliberate acts of integrity. Speaking the truth when lies are easier. Encouraging someone when you gain nothing from it. Choosing patience when others choose anger. Helping someone who can't repay you. These are the invisible victories of character, the kind that quietly shape history. Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. That means if you want to live as a Stoic, stop merely avoiding wrong. Start practicing right. Virtue is like a muscle. It grows only when exercised. Every moment is a chance to contribute to the harmony of the world, or to subtract from it. So today, when you walk out your door, ask yourself, what good can I do? Right now, right here, and then do it without announcing it, without waiting for credit. That's the Stoic way. Quiet service, consistent virtue, invisible greatness. Don't just avoid darkness. Light a candle, Because the world doesn't need more critics. It needs more examples. Practice 15. Speak only when necessary. Let your words be few and essential. A man's worth is measured by the quality, not the quantity, of what he says. Epictetus. In an age where everyone is shouting to be heard, silence has become a superpower. Epictetus warned his students that most people speak not to share truth, but to fill the emptiness of their own minds. When you talk much, he said, you give fortune more chances to make you look foolish. Marcus Aurelius lived by the same rule: better to remain silent and be thought wise than to speak and remove all doubt. To the Stoic, speech is a sacred act, not a habit. Every word either builds character or weakens it. Words can heal, guide, and inspire, but they can also stir chaos, inflate ego, or wound others unnecessarily. The Stoics were straightforward. No gossip, no blame, no complaints, no talking too much, especially no nonsense. In conversation, do not talk at length about your deeds or adventures. Epictetus was strict. Don't talk too much. Just because you enjoy talking about your exploits doesn't mean others will enjoy hearing about them. No one wants to hear exaggerated stories from high school, sports, and parties. It's pretentious and annoying. Seneca went even further. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we may listen more and speak less. Modern psychology agrees. Studies show that people who pause before responding, even for 2 seconds, are perceived as more intelligent and trustworthy. Silence gives your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, time to overrule the impulsive, emotional part. That's what Stoics practiced long before neuroscience gave it a name. Epictetus trained his students in verbal temperance, learning to restrain speech as a form of self-control. He advised, avoid gossip, idle talk, and excessive stories. When speaking of things indifferent, speak little. When speaking of virtue, speak with care. You don't need to win every argument or comment on every issue. Here's exercise for one day. Before you speak, ask yourself 3 questions. 1, is it true? 2, is it kind? 3, is it necessary? If it doesn't pass all 3, let silence do the talking. Marcus Aurelius often wrote that wisdom is quiet confidence. The man who has control over his tongue has control over his mind. The person who talks endlessly, he said, wanders without purpose. So, in your next conversation, practice the art of restraint. Don't rush to fill every silence. Let pauses breathe. People will start to lean in, not because you're loud, but because your words carry weight. The Stoic doesn't speak to impress. He speaks to express truth. And when he has nothing wise to say, he says nothing at all. Say little, do much. Marcus Aurelius. Because silence is not emptiness, it's mastery. Practice 16. Listen to understand. Remember the founder of Stoicism, Zeno of Citium, the shipwrecked man. Greek biographer Diogenes Laertius wrote that Zeno once said to a gossip, "Nature gave us 1 tongue and 2 ears, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." Most people don't listen. They wait to talk. They're not hearing to understand. They're hearing to reply, to defend, to prove they're right. But the Stoic sees listening as one of life's most powerful forms of wisdom, because to listen deeply is to see reality clearly. Epictetus trained his students not just to speak well, but to listen well. He knew that understanding begins with attention, And attention is one of the rarest currencies in the modern world. When you truly listen, you give others what few can present. Marcus Aurelius practiced this even as emperor, surrounded by generals, advisors, and flatterers. He would lean forward silently, giving each man his full focus before speaking. He wrote, "If someone is mistaken, instruct him kindly, but if you can't, be silent and let your example teach him." That's listening, not to dominate, but to discern, because listening isn't submission, it's strategy. It allows you to understand motives, fears, and desires before you act, and that understanding gives you control. Modern psychology calls this active listening. It means listening with the intent to understand, not to judge. When you do this, people naturally trust you more. Arguments de-escalate faster, and even enemies soften. Why? Because everyone is desperate to be heard, and very few people ever truly are. Seneca said, "You cannot learn what you think you already know." And that's the problem with poor listeners. Their ego blocks growth. They assume they already understand, so they stop observing. The Stoic, on the other hand, listens as if every person, even a fool, might carry a fragment of truth. Zeno had a famous saying, "It is better to stumble than to speak." There's a kind of quiet power in listening. You gather information while others reveal themselves. You see the full picture while they're busy performing. The wise man learns not only from teachers but also from the ignorant, because both reveal something about human nature. Try this practice today when someone speaks. Resist the urge to interrupt. Keep your eyes steady. Breathe slowly. Don't think about your next sentence. Think about their meaning. When they finish, ask, "So you mean?" and restate what you heard. That's how you transform listening into understanding. Epictetus reminded his students, "It is impossible for a man to learn that which he thinks he already knows." So remain curious, even with those who disagree with you, especially with them. Because real listening isn't passive. It's the highest form of respect. And in a world that rewards noise, the one who listens quietly becomes the rarest kind of leader, the one others trust. The wise man hears more than he speaks, and understands more than he hears. Practice 17. Be the example. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus, the final and highest Stoic practice, isn't about words, it's about presence. Because in the end, people don't follow what you say, they follow what you are. Epictetus taught that the surest proof of wisdom isn't how eloquently you speak of virtue, but how consistently you live it. Anyone can talk about patience. Only a few can stay calm when insulted. Anyone can praise discipline. Few can keep promises when it's hard. That's why he said, "Show me, not what you say, but what you do." Marcus Aurelius never preached Stoicism to his soldiers, he lived it. In times of war, when panic swept through the ranks, he remained steady. When others chased luxury, he slept on a soldier's cot. His calmness, fairness, and humility did more to teach virtue than any speech could. That's leadership by example, Stoic style. Seneca said it plainly, "Long speeches are for those who cannot act." Modern psychology now calls this behavioral modeling, the principle that people learn most powerfully through imitation, not instruction. If you want your children, colleagues, or friends to live better, Don't lecture them. Let them feel your composure. Let them see your restraint. Let them sense your kindness even when you're challenged, because you never know who's watching. Maybe your silence in an argument teaches someone else the value of peace. Maybe your forgiveness inspires someone to let go of a grudge. Maybe your integrity gives a lost friend courage to do the right thing. That's how philosophy moves from books to blood, through example. Epictetus said that if you wish to be good, first believe you are capable of being good, and then live as if the world were watching. The truth. The world is watching, and it learns its values not from speeches, but from patterns. You are someone's reference point for strength, calmness, and moral clarity, whether you realize it or not. So stop trying to convince people with explanations. Convince them with behavior. Walk the talk until even your silence preaches. That's what it means to be a Stoic in action, to become the philosophy itself, a living demonstration of self-control, wisdom, courage, and justice. Marcus said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Be the example that ends the debate. Live so honorably that you no longer need to prove or defend your beliefs. Let your actions be your sermon and your calm, your argument." The true Stoic is not the one who speaks of virtue, but the one who practices it quietly, every day, in every test. And when you live like that, you don't just follow Stoicism. You become Stoicism. You've walked through every test, every insult, every storm, every pull toward anger, and you made it here, still calm, still standing. That's what Stoicism is about. Not perfection, not pretending nothing hurts, but remembering, even when it does, that you always have the choice to stay composed. The world will keep sending difficult people. It will keep pushing, shouting, tempting you to react. But now, you know better. You've trained your mind to pause, to breathe, to see through their chaos and return to your peace. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." And now you understand why. Because the moment you stop reacting, you reclaim every ounce of power they try to take from you. You become the calm in every storm. You become untouchable. So tonight, let it all settle. Let the noise fade. Remember, peace isn't something the world gives you. It's something you protect. And every time you stay centered when others lose control, you prove that wisdom still has a place in this loud, reactive world. If this message helped you find stillness, even for a moment, then maybe that's a sign to stay, to keep walking this path with me. We share the same goal, not just to survive the chaos, but to master it gently. So before you go, take a deep breath, feel the quiet, and when you're ready, subscribe and join others who are learning to think, live, and stay calm like a Stoic. Good night. Sweet dreams.